Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 68 of Psycho's Platters. That's right. I hope everybody had themselves a really good week of crate digging and other fun adventures to pass your time by. Um, all right, beer. Out of Pennsylvania. Hint, hint. Okay, so um, this one here, I think we're going to do a shorty because this week, boy, oh boy, did I end up getting a lot of stuff. It was very unexpected. Um, so this could go over 2 to 3 episodes, okay? And I may do them all today. I don't know. It all depends. I know I'm kind of ornery like that, aren't I? I want to thank everybody so far. I've gotten a couple new subscribers. Thank you, thank you. We're getting close. We're inching our way to 100, kids. We're at 94. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I really would like to see maybe 100 subscribers by my birthday, which is September 27th. That would be a nice birthday present for me. We are about maybe 100 views shy of 10,000. That's nice. The views kind of went a lot better than last week. So like I said, though, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about Psycho's Platters. All right, this little batch, there's about maybe 7 or 8 albums in this batch, okay? I went to, what was it? I went to 1 or 2 thrift shops and a dirt mall, okay? That's what the combination of this is. Right off the bat, I got it for a quarter, double album for a quarter, on Columbia Records, Flat and Scruggs, 20 all-time great recordings in the Deluxe 2 record set. Now, I know this got put out, if I remember correctly, in the late 60s, I'm led to believe. I think Doug told me this. And I know that this isn't original, but you know what? It is beautiful. It is so clean. It's mint. It's stone mint. I cannot wait to listen to that. I do like Flat and Scruggs. Oh, yeah. And this, you got your typical Foggy Mountain Breakdown, Jackson, Kansas City, Wabash Cannonball, of course, the Ballad of Jed Clampett. Remember that? Yeah. All right. Then we ended up. I ended up going to. Let me see here. Let me jump this a second here. A dirt mall. The same day, I think, if I remember correctly. I ended up finding on Haven Records, Righteous Brothers. Yeah, I didn't have this one. It's kind of cool. I always liked the Righteous Brothers. They did some really, really good material. It's just too bad, like I said, that Bobby Hatfield's been gone for quite some time. I had the pleasure of meeting Bill Medley. Very nice gentleman. There's the label there, capital/Haven. And but like I said, he was a really nice gentleman when I saw him about 5 years back. I saw him in Branson, but he doesn't do Branson anymore. I'm led to believe, I think he either is getting ready to put out another album. I know his autobiography came out. I want to read that. I heard that's supposed to be a really interesting read. So who knows? Okay, this guy here, I never heard of him. I've been to bring this up to Doug. All I knew, I gave him hints. I said, hey, mid-60s, Mercury Records, dude blowing on a saxophone. It's Sil Austin, plays Pretty for the People. Yeah, I never heard of this guy before, but guess what? You know, I mean, when it brings up jazz, saxophone, this guy on the Red Mercury. This next one, I normally do not get into gospel music. Now, what I mean by that is okay, I've got little bits of Dixie Hummingbirds in my collection. I got a little bit of Mahalia Jackson, not too much, okay? This one, though, I'm going to show you why I grabbed this. And by the way, these 2 previous ones and this one were $1 a piece. The rest of them are going to be $1 a piece, too. I know you can't really see this really well. Forgive me, because there's actually a plastic bag over this. The Masters 5. Oh, what a savior. Now, like I said, I know it's kind of goofy as to why I grabbed this, right? It's signed by almost everybody. This This was a 1982. That's what I thought. Um, so why did I get this? Well, for two reasons, pretty much. Okay, I've heard of the Blackwood brothers. James Blackwood here, he signed it. All right, and then this guy up here signed it. Who's this guy? J.D. Sumner. Now, J.D. Sumner, if that name doesn't ring a bell to you, or maybe it does ring a bell to you, J.D. Sumner was in the Stamps Quartet in the 1970s. He joined up, I think it was like 71, and he was a member from 71 to I think about 78, 79. But here was the thing. All right, remember when in the 50s and 60s, Elvis had backing groups, right? Who did he have? That's right. Whoever said the Jordanaires, that's correct. Well, in the 70s, he didn't have the Jordanaires anymore. He had the Stamps Quartet. That's right. J.D. Sumner was the low bass voice of the Stamps Quartet. And he performed with Elvis and the rest of the Stamps Quartet group from November 71 to the last concert in 77, which I remember correctly is, what was it, June? June, I want to say, June of 77. So he sang for all those years, and he's also on the records from 72 to 77. He's on there. So it's Elvis related. That's the reason why I grabbed it. It's actually the second album I ever grabbed of any Elvis related item. I think I might have posted a long time ago in one of my old Psycho Platters. I came across an album by Ricky was his first name, but he was the half-brother of Elvis. And he ended up, after Elvis's death, he got himself cleaned up. He ended up being a born-again Christian, turned into an evangelist. And he talks about on the album, it's like a sermon, but it also has stories about Elvis and him. And so that's like the only other Elvis-related type object I've got. But like I said, for $1, I couldn't pass it up. I figure, what the heck, you know? It's scary what you can remember and what you know, because what cartoon was it that said knowledge is power? It's true, though. It really is. All right. These last three came from a Goodwill 2 towns down. Not too shabby on this. Steel Guitar Rag, Leon McAuliffe from 1982. Now, I know you're probably going, well, who the heck's Leon McAuliffe? Well, Leon McAuliffe, he originally came out of the Tulsa, Oklahoma area back then. I can't talk today, guys. He was associated with Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys, but he was not as local of a member as you're going to get. So for many years, he cut lots of albums. This one, of course, being Steel Guitar Rag. I'm going to show you here in a second. Oh yeah, I am just so out of it here, guys. Now this is 1982 talking, okay? He actually lived here in this town. I'm in Rogers, Arkansas, okay? That's where I do these shows. So he actually lived in this town since the early 60s, and he also used to operate a radio station called KMO. Doug's going to know what I'm talking about because he's also a radio geek like I am, except he knows the stations down here and I don't. And then it says here, he reactivated Bob Wills' original Texas Playboys in 1977 and appeared as the leader of the band on about 18 shows each year. So here's the front. The back's kind of cool. You got multiple pictures, kind of a mini history. But I mean, it's, how do I say it? It shows him as a kid. He used to fly, planes. It says here he used to take a plane, 50s and early 60s. There's a picture of him in 1937 with Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys at Kane's Academy in Tulsa. Now, if I remember correctly, maybe somebody can help me out here on this. Kane's Academy, wasn't that the Kane's Ballroom, which is in downtown Tulsa, which I have driven past. Kind of interesting little history. I cannot wait to listen to this. This will be pretty cool. So, yeah, some Texas swing there for you. On roulette, Dino Washington, A Stranger on Earth. Really nice here. Real nice. Your roulette label. Stone Mint on this. The last album, and this surprised me, it needs a little bit of a cleaning, but when I saw this, I was like, oh boy, come to Papa. First album I've ever owned from this man. On Checker Records. Gene Chandler, the Duke of Soul, in mono, by the way, which is the more desirable copy of this from 1967. I'll show you. That's what you're looking at here for the Checker label. Like I said, it needs cleaned. Boy, oh boy, does it need cleaned. But that is my first Gene Chandler. All right. Shout-outs. Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Excellent show. Last week he had Keith Allison, which I'm going to bring him up next show because I got something to bring up here. So Wax Museum, like him on Facebook, and listen every Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, right after that, Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams. You know what? From 9 to 10 Central Standard, pull yourself up a martini or a beer and just listen to the best in lounge and exotica that he has to offer. And by the way, these shows are really cool. I mean, this is out of Syracuse, New York. One of these days, I'm going to visit you guys. I mean it. I really, really do. I would love to see and maybe be on a show. That would be fantastic. Okay. Vintage Rock Magazine and Shindig Magazine, both out of England. And lastly, I just want to give a quick shout out to me, Mr. Mayo. He has been, sorry about my phone, he has actually been putting out a lot of cool videos lately. Go see his YouTube channel, like and subscribe him, especially if you're a Beatles and an Elvis fan, or even Connie Francis for that matter, because he likes her too. I don't blame her. She used to look good. I don't know if she still does. But that would be a few of the recommendations. Oh, Thrifty Music Collectors. Yeah, you got to like Tim and his group. It's great stuff. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Rock on. Going to do next episode. Come on.